How's everybody doing this evening? I want to talk a little bit tonight about EOS, and not really technical stuff or anything about the blockchain. I want to talk more about how EOS is a movement, an overall movement, more so than just a moment in time. It's actually something, and I want to talk about I think the overall philosophy of a company like EOS, and why it's got such so dedicated, so many people that are so dedicated to this platform that it hasn't even started being used yet, and yet people so excited about it. And I think there's a reason for that. And when you go back and you listen to some of the videos with Dan Larimer, you kind of understand where he's coming from and what this is all about. The idea that I mean, what really is the whole catalyst of blockchain, Bitcoin ideals, is that it was born out of the time when, you know, they had the financial problems of around 2008, and in that time, and the banks were failing. They were telling us that you have to believe in this fiat currency. That it's going to destroy your ability to make a living. It's going to destroy your future. It's going to destroy your life. It's going to destroy your kids' life. But that's just the way it is. You're just going to have to, that's the way it is. You're just going to have to live with it. And out of that, you know, come Satoshi Nakamoto. I could never say his name until recently. Ideal for a cryptocurrency, an unburdened digital currency that doesn't have all the problems of the fiat currencies, and the fiat currency that, you know, most of us don't want to live under anymore. We're tired of the burden of taxation and too big to fail and all that stuff. So Satoshi came up with the Bitcoin. From the Bitcoin grew the blockchain, or actually was the blockchain, and then from that grew the smart contract, and now you have what today is the platform EOS. Now, if you've watched, or ever, and if you're watching for the first time, I appreciate you watching, you'll know that I'm a big fan of EOS, and I'm probably not going to say too much negative about EOS, because that's just not what I want to do. I'm not going to say anything much negative unless I really feel it's necessary, and right now I don't feel there's anything negative to say about EOS. I mean, I could go on about the fact they have 1 billion outstanding tokens, and every time it raises $1, it means it's got to raise $1 billion in value. I mean, there's a lot of people that will be anti-EOS just because of that reason. But, you know, when you think of an app like Uber, that's got a $50 billion market cap, and you can see how many Ubers can be built on a platform like EOS, you can understand that $1 billion for a $1 increase in the token isn't a big deal, and it can happen very easily because of the value of this platform. But like I say, back to the real philosophy of EOS. I believe the philosophy is more of one of giving people independence, giving people opportunity, and making it so people can do something special on the internet and actually partake in other people's ideas on the internet. Right now, that's not possible. You know, most of the time, you know, if a Mark Zuckerberg creates Facebook, we just give Mark Zuckerberg all of our content, and Zuckerberg doesn't write anybody a check. All he does is sell the information and makes a lot of money from it. So EOS is the opportunity for people to be involved at the next level, an opportunity to be involved in a platform and have some future with that platform. So these are ideals that I believe are built into the EOS idea, and that's why I think EOS is a special thing. And I see it with the people that watch my videos and the people that comment. You know, everybody's excited. I think people really believe in it. People see it as an opportunity, and people want to participate, and people want to be able to exchange and share ideas. People want to see things built, transparent things built. They want to see things on the blockchain. They want to see open source code. They don't want to see the closed-in systems that we've been associated with for most of the time we've had the internet. They want to see open systems. They want to see open development. And they want to be a participant. They want to be able to, if somebody has a great idea and they put it up on EOS, they want to know that because they're partners with EOS, that they own some of that bandwidth, some of that platform, that they can have ideas that they don't have to think of, or they don't have to dream up, but they can join in on. And that's the real exciting thing about EOS, and that's, I think, the overall bigger picture of EOS. And you got to really appreciate a guy like Dan Larimer for wanting to be able to share something like that, because the way the world works now, people don't share those kind of ideas, and they don't allow other people just to be involved with it at the level that EOS is letting you be involved with. I mean, the barrier of entry is very low with EOS, because you just got to buy a $6 token, you know, to have a share EOS. Not that you're going to have much there, but I mean, it's actually that you can have an interest in something that I believe is going to be very, 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 very big, and that I think is going to be very exciting. And when you have this kind of support, you have this kind of community, and I always liked Brock Pierce because he talked a lot about community, and I think that really nails EOS. It nails it by community. And I try to talk about it a little bit on the fact that there's a developer community behind this too, an open source developer community. So it's really about life, liberty, and future, and it's about people participating in the economy, the internet economy, that's been unable to be participated in before like this. Like I say, a few people develop stuff, and nobody really has an opportunity to make, you know, the big money, or the money that so many people make. That's where I think Uber really missed the boat. I mean, Uber has a wonderful application. It's mobile. It's able to operate off of a mobile device, which gives you GPS. It gives you the ability to process payments, store all that information. And all that's great stuff, and I think Uber has a great idea, but the problem with Uber is Uber didn't want to allow anybody else to partake in the upside of Uber. I mean, the drivers are basically paid a very minimal amount of money for what they provide to Uber. I mean, they provide really the service, and they don't really get to participate in how Uber has grown, and now it's got a $50 billion market cap, and the drivers haven't been able to participate in that, which I think is a real failure on Uber's part. Uber should be more wanting to you know, give a portion of it back to the people that are really making the thing happen. The person that's got to show up in a car, drive somebody else around, take care of the car, fill the car with gas, and then they're just getting a, you know, very small piece of the pie. So I think companies like EOS are very, very generous in the way that they're doing this. So like I say, it's more of a movement than a moment in time. I think people that are invested in this, that understand it, will probably always be on EOS, or have some idea or some understanding what's going on with EOS, because EOS is just that kind of company. That it's a company that you can really be involved with at a whole different level, a whole different take. Like I say, if you want to listen to somebody that's going to sit here and talk about market pressures and ups and downs as far as the price is concerned, and valuations and stuff like that, that's probably not going to be me. Because like I say, I'm more thinking of the philosophy of the company. I'm more involved with it at a little bit more, you know, of a philosophical way. So at that level, I believe it's just something that you can really easily get deeply involved with and really feel good about. So anyway, like I say, I think it's more of a movement than it is anything else. And I think if people are involved at this level, they're going to be really happy, because we're still way early in the game. But you can see how many people actually understand blockchain, and even fewer understand a company like EOS, and how people are still on the sidelines. And I think it's funny when you have these things done on HBO where they kind of make the Bitcoin person. I mean, they kind of picked on EOS a little bit, but they also did the Bitcoin thing where, yeah, the Bitcoin, that's that crazy guy in your office that runs around and talks about, oh, this Bitcoin, you got to buy Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin, you know, the really crazy guy in the office that bothers everybody, that's always, you know, got some new fad or some new idea, that's that Bitcoin guy. And I think that the masses are really in that that idea. You know, Bitcoin, that's nothing, just go back to sleep. You know, blockchain, that's nothing, just go back to sleep. Just forget about all that crazy stuff. You know, that's just that crazy guy in the office who's always bugging somebody about something new. You know, just go back to sleep. Forget about Bitcoin, forget about EOS, forget about blockchain, just forget about all that stuff. That's crazy stuff. That's just that crazy dude in the office. So that's where the mainstream ideas are at. So if you're involved now, if you're listening to this video, if you're following a company like EOS, you're way ahead of the game. You know, you're early, you have all kinds of upside here, all kinds of potential to see amazing things happen. And I think that will happen. And I'm excited to see it happen. And I hope more people join in and more people understand how great of an opportunity this is and appreciate it. And I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate just the ability to make these videos and talk about it, because it's given me something exciting to talk about. It's given me something exciting to get involved with and you know, really, I mean, for a lack of a better term, you know, go down the rabbit hole and really dig deep with this stuff, because it is fun. The deeper you dig, the more fun it becomes, because you start to see the potential and you start to understand what possibilities are and how far this can go. And I don't even think anybody can understand how far this can go. I don't think Dan Larimer understands how far this can go. I don't think anybody understands how far this can go. This is uncharted water. You know, we're in an area that, as far as this is concerned, that nobody knows how deep it will go, how far it will go. But I do know one thing. It's technology that's been proven. It works. It's out there operating right now. Well, you know, when I saw Steemit and how you can generate money and how that whole Steemit system was set up with governance and the ability to, you know, to make changes, you know, where technology wouldn't be the only way of doing changes, that there's actually constitution involved, and there's ways of mediating and not, you know, where everybody just has to go if it doesn't work before. You know, this is a way where everybody can get together and have consensus. Not only have consensus, we can all have shared interests, and our interests can all be directed in the same direction. We can all be going, you know, have the same goal in mind, and everybody can be prosperous and everybody can do well. Unlike, you know, shared interest. Everybody has a shared interest. Unlike so many companies today, there's no shared interest. The ability for, you know, only a few people to really, and I always wondered about Facebook, because even YouTube shares some of the revenue. Facebook doesn't share any of the revenue. So I think Facebook's kind of getting what they deserve right now. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you keep watching. I'm excited about this. I'm going to keep making videos. I'll probably keep making videos for I don't know how long, because this whole technology is really exciting. And it's interesting to me, and especially somebody for me, like I wouldn't have gotten involved with EOS if it hadn't been for my son. And my son told me about blockchain in 2012, and I really didn't listen until about 2014, I think. So he was telling me about blockchain, and I kept saying, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand it. You know, whatever it is, you know, I you know, keep going with it, but I don't know what you're talking about. So I didn't understand it. And even after he started making a little bit of money in Bitcoin, I begged him to sell it. I said, you know, please sell this. You know, I've seen too many things that have rapid increases in value, and then they'll just fall overnight. Don't play this game. You know, when things go up, sell, sell, sell. So I remember when his Bitcoin went up the first time, and I saw he had a little bit of a money appreciation. I mean, I was like, God, you got to sell, man. You got to sell. You got to sell. Get out of Bitcoin. You know, this is a fad. You know, I was just like the crazy guy in the office. You know, this is crazy stuff. Just get rid of it. Get out of it. You know, you don't want to ride this thing back down. You've gotten a little bit of money. Just get the money and take the money off the table and forget it. So it took about a good 3 or 4 years for me to really dig deep into this and kind of understand it. And that's when I started to, you know, not only start to congratulate my son on finding this technology, and finding companies like EOS, and he was invested in EOS early on because he knew about Dan Larimer and he knew about the people involved, and he saw what it was, so he figured out real early on that this was going to be a winner, and it has been, and it will be. So anyway, I've kind of gone on a little bit long tonight, but I just hope you can, you know, feel what I believe is a real, you know, something that's unique for the way things are generally done. This is a unique situation, a unique opportunity. And I hope that came through in the video. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it very much.